It came off that you may have had something to do with the death of JonBenet Ramsey.
This confidence comes from like knowing that you're great, you're a catch no matter what, right? So if you have
We know
where it
that's not
counts,
true, right?
what do you mean?
Drew, you shut the fuck up.
Thought we made a connection, and forgive me if that came across creepy. I will now look at this person over here.
We got the very notorious
Oz Morris,
Oz
everybody.
Morris.
Thanks for having me, guys.
problem.
Appreciate it. Notorious. I've never been called notorious before.
You are.
You are notorious, Oz.
Notorious
Don't let anyone
B.I.G.
tell you otherwise. Also, you're a little out of frame.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was trying to make sure I could see both you
you're all
guys.
Good. No, yeah, it's awkward because we just end up all looking at the wall, and it's
great.
fun. We like it. This is the fun setup.
Yep.
Because before we used to record at a table, and I don't know what we thought. We thought we were like the Joe Rogan Experience or something.
I think as well, the table is very small. It's
It was
like,
a small table.
and you have more than one angle. So
yeah.
The
And
Joe
so,
Rogan
like, when I made
Experience.
clips, it was just our side profile.
yeah.
It was like one of those old like portraits of Joseph Smith where you just see his big nose.
We all looked like
and
we're on a fucking quarter.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
But all right, your last episode was, I would want to say, iconic.
It's a banger.
In the
Got tens of listens, guys. Tens of listens.
listens.
Yeah.
actually got close to 600 listeners.
Oh, no way.
Shit.
Boom.
Nice.
And I think we just need to start this episode setting the record straight. It came off that you may have had something to do with the death of JonBenet Ramsey. And I thought we would open up letting you set the record straight.
Yeah.
So the audience knows the truth on what happened on December 16th, 1996.
Well, it all started when she went to go load the dishwasher, and I was in California still finishing high school. So it was in Colorado, right? Like, so there's no way I made it all the way over there to get the child star and take her to the basement and then murder her. No, there's no way. So yeah, no, absolutely. I had nothing to do with JonBenet Ramsey. I didn't even know who that was
Would
for
you
the
take
longest
a lie
time.
detector test to prove to the audience.
Yes, I would take a
All right.
I'd take a lie detector
All right.
test.
Now, Drew, you have to purchase one now.
I know I have to buy a
Purchase.
machine.
And that's the checkmate. Oz
Right.
just forced you into.
Do you guys like David Spade's joke about JonBenet Ramsey?
That's how's it go?
Where he's just like, she's not that hot without makeup, you know? Like, she's talented, but not a stunner. Like, it's so dark. But he always likes to bring her
I
up in
always
his
thought
act.
David Spade was British.
Why?
I don't know. I was like David Spade.
That sounds like a British name.
Yeah,
I guess you could see that. Oh, David Spade's great. He's only released like 3 specials in the last 20 years, but they're all great. The first one was the best. Take the Hit's one of the best specials out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hilarious. He used to do a lot of sound effects in his act,
Ooh,
and it was
do you
always
do
fun.
any sound effects?
I want to do them, but I'm going to work more into them. But he'd be like, "Yes, we had a tear drop, pew," and then it's open the door. He always does these sound effects like Michael Winslow, and it just crushes. Yeah,
Dude.
so I'd like to add more, but I don't want to come across like I'm stealing from David Spade.
You should do some tonight.
We'd all love some sound effects.
What's the sound effect you think Oz could do tonight?
Oh, do you know like any of the theme song for like Fox on NFL on Fox? Or like a football sound effect?
A football sound effect. Next up on football, football, NFL.
How do they hike the ball?
Hut, hike.
Boom. I
Blue
like this.
32, blue 32.
These might be sound bites for the
hike.
new Let's Get Fired intro.
I'm enjoying this a lot. Quick, your reaction when Trump won the election?
Fudge.
There we go. I like it.
Fudge.
Yeah,
No hard-
maybe I didn't
No
say
hard
that,
K.
but I was like, I don't want to get in trouble, but I was just like, oh, I guess this is who America picked now.
There we go.
Remember, you asked for this, America. You asked for this.
Dude, that's a fucking soundbite right there. I don't know why. Why don't you do more sound effects? They're fun.
I want to. I
should.
do. I do them all around the house. So
Well,
I should
how about this?
more.
You're getting gas. You're putting gas in your car.
Okay.
That's exactly. This is fucking sick. This is fucking
These
sick.
are not the best.
This is awesome.
I do better ones, but I've never done sound effects for getting
Wait,
gas.
All Saturday mixing a new intro.
Okay, wait. A bird flying down to a bird feeder.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. That's a cat purring. Excuse me.
You got it.
I
You got it.
can't do the flapping.
I would just do the eating of the seeds.
Chip, 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 chip.
Hell yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, can I do one more?
Yeah,
one
please,
more
go ahead.
request.
Go
one
ahead,
more
please.
request. Okay, a plane hitting the World Trade Center. Hell yeah. Welcome to Let's Get Fired, everybody.
We'll never forget.
Dude, so Drew, do you want to
Yeah,
introduce
yeah.
what we're gonna do today?
So
I've never
Oz,
done that before. Yes.
very famous comedian in the Utah comedy scene.
Okay.
Notorious. I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can talk to a single comedian in the state of Utah and ask them if they know who Oz Morris is, and there's one who's going to say, "I've never heard of him."
Oh,
They
thank
all
you.
know Oz.
Hope it's by good.
You're everywhere.
Something good.
You're
Okay.
everywhere.
Thank you.
There is no one like you.
It's true.
I hope it's good. Well, there's no one like you. Thank
No,
you.
No,
it's
It's
not
good.
a bad thing.
No, I get it. I get it. I get
you
you.
are a unique person.
Sure.
You are
That's
uniquely.
the dream for every comic. To be
Yeah.
Also,
unique.
most of the comics and they're all have a bunch of roommates. They're smoking weed. Like
Yeah.
you have
No,
a
they're
family
hacks.
and a nice house.
Yeah.
and like a real job. Like you're living a different life than most
Yeah.
other
Uh-huh.
comedians.
Yes, that
You
part is
stick
true.
out.
I
Yes.
do, really? Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, I hope that's
And
a
it's
good thing. Yeah.
It's not all bad.
No.
Just think about when you came to my open mic on Monday, and the intro I gave you, I didn't give anyone else that kind of intro.
Yeah, it was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
You know,
He said I was the king of Utah County comedy, which was really nice.
true,
now,
dude.
now I'm trying to print that on my business card and give it to people and stuff like, hey,
the
king of Utah County.
County.
Yeah, not Utah, but Utah County. But I appreciate it.
Dude, hell yeah. And he's already, dude, you already act famous too, because you weren't looking at us when you said that. You're looking straight at the camera,
Well,
giving your pitch to the people out there. You know, we're already nothing to you.
No, that's
we're nobodies.
no, you guys are great. You guys
You're
are
looking out there like Jerry Seinfeld's watching this.
well, I mean, for the fans, my fans need me. No, whatever, or my fan needs me. Whatever people listen, I was just like, hey, just
Yeah.
want to make sure you see I'm personable. I look at you.
Who's your least favorite comedian?
Oh, least favorite comedian, like local
Let's like
or
professional? Start with professional.
yes,
I mean,
professional.
it could be any level.
Well, I don't wanna-
Let's start with
Let's
professional.
avoid the
Let's-
local comedy.
no,
Yes,
scene.
yes,
Let's start-
yes.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
with you there. Least favorite like comedian. I don't know, like people who try to like that are just really really filthy on purpose. I tried watching Ali Wong's special and I have a strong stomach. I couldn't get through more than
Just
10
too
minutes.
Asian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all that. But
She's
also
like pregnant all the time.
No.
Too. Like,
Dude.
no, she just she starts off as like, I love when guys,
what? What'd
they do stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then let's see here, but
Anyone else?
I don't know. When I think I don't really look
Amy
at like.
Schumer?
I don't really watch a whole lot of Amy Schumer. If there's a comic I don't like, I typically kind of avoid watching them.
So,
Well,
is there any others you can think of, or
oh, I mean, there's like a bunch. Like I thought Jim Gaffigan was good, but I heard he's a dick. So I'm like, okay, maybe I won't watch him. It's just like I really have to like also the person.
do you like Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle's, yeah, I like his stuff. He does like to go on these long-winded monologues before he gets to his punchline, but he can really command the room. But
You know,
Yeah.
this is kind of what I'm starting to realize too. If you look back at the local comedy scene, I think why you pop is like there's not like it's not really a lot of comics. Like, well, actually, us three of us, we're all married.
Yeah.
Look how different we are
Yeah.
compared to all the comics here. We're all
Sure.
married,
Cool.
and so I think something because a lot of local comics listen to this,
mhm.
and something we wanted to, I think would be nice to help share with them is like tips on how to talk to
Yeah.
girls and get
But
get
we also
girls.
Yeah, and as you are a world-renowned comedian, we want to do a review of your novel.
Oh no, are you
Dating
serious?
Rules
Dating rules. Okay.
2022.
So it's not the
No,
updated,
it's
fully
not
updated.
but
It has
do
not
these
been
rules
updated.
Still apply to 2024.
I think so. I mean, they're not really for online. So get this: like each time somebody, I'll talk to the camera. Each time somebody says, "Hey, I actually might be interested in reading that book," I then kind of go back and retouch it up a little bit. So two single guys in the comedy scene said, like, I might be interested in that book a little bit, and so I touched it up. And then there was one guy that I was like, he might need some help, and so I then touched it up even for him, using him as a muse, which he is now a her. So it didn't quite work. So maybe it's outdated. But yeah, so these are a little bit, but these are things that I wish I would have known when I was single, that if they could help someone else out. But please, feel free to poke fun. Let's get into it.
No, wait. No, genuinely, there's a lot of comics out there that are struggling.
Yeah.
All these like single dudes, like Drew mentioned, have like 5 roommates. All they do is just smoke fucking weed.
Yeah.
You know, it gets a little like sad sometimes. You want to
Sure.
like, actually try to reach out and help some of these guys. And I didn't even realize that you'd already like written down the resource.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we thought we could go through it
20 pages,
got the
PDF.
double spaced.
20 pages, so it's a pamphlet, not a book.
Right now, yeah. It's like, so before I can self-release it on Amazon, I need to get up to 60 to 70. It's on my to-do list to kind of go back and work on. What I'd also like to do is, after I publish it, is maybe put together a YouTube series on what's good to do and what's not good to do on dating. But that might be down the
When
pipe.
I
I'm just gonna-
publish it, I will be at your first book signing.
Also, whatever you need to help produce these videos,
Yeah.
I'll help out.
Oh, I
in any
appreciate
way-
it.
In any way.
I appreciate it.
I'll throw on a wig. You can talk. I can play any character you need.
It's so different now because everything's online, right? It's like there's just like, guys are lying about their height, women are lying about their weight. It's just like and you're all trying to figure out which one is being true. So I don't know. I'm just so my stuff's old school. It's like, meet in person, right? Like you feel like an old person who's like,
real shit.
how did you guys meet? Like in person, like, whoa, so you're like 100 years old.
What's
Yeah.
your height?
I'm 6'2",
6'2". How much
Yeah.
you weigh?
180 pounds, I think. Last I checked.
Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
I'm a fatty. I used to be 140 for years.
Dude, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, dude. I don't understand.
Less
Like,
than me. And I'm shorter than you.
and I'm sure you say this all the time. You gain 1 pound, you're like, God, I'm really letting myself go. Dude, you're throwing this out there like you're trying to get us to say that to you.
No.
You're baiting us.
My daughter keeps telling me I'm super fat. She calls my belly
call
Jeremy.
her fat.
Yeah, call her.
Call her fat.
How old is
Yeah,
she?
she's 12.
That's great.
Yeah,
for her
perfect
confidence.
age.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you don't want her to think that she's above everyone else.
Yeah.
And so you should. You're fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Nobody's
Your
gonna love you.
metabolism still works.
She calls me Big Back all the time, and so I said one time I called her Little Piggy, and she hasn't let me hear the end of it for a whole week. So
You should do more of that.
Yeah.
yeah, eating disorder.
That's
It's like, Dad, now I'm gonna have an
parenting.
eating disorder.
So
Sorry, go ahead about the book.
yeah. So let's get into this.
Yeah. So, all right. I took notes and I have questions.
Sure.
In the beginning, you described a girl as an ice queen. Was she like a figure skater? I didn't get that part.
Like Elsa. Like that was the idea that because
So it's like Frozen, like the film Frozen.
Yeah. So
Wow.
so it was an experience back in college. A girl that I was courting at the time, she told me one night she loved me, and then the very next day she was all cold and bitter, kind of like an ice queen. And I finally we talked, and I was like, "What the heck happened?" She goes, "I don't know. I woke up this morning, I was like, I don't feel it anymore." I'm like, "Oh, that's great." Do you ever do you think guys flip their feelings that quick
Yeah.
on something that deep?
No, I think guys already know.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Okay.
Because they can be like, God, he's so hot. They fuck. Like he comes and he goes, well, I'll see you later.
yeah. But even when that happens, I feel like they knew deep in the back of their head already.
I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
Hey,
lying to
yeah,
themselves.
yeah, I see.
But who knows?
we don't know.
All right.
Sure.
What was the other thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first rule, dating rule,
Yes.
be okay being by yourself.
Yep.
Do you think that was like ultimately Jeffrey Dahmer's downfall? Like he wasn't okay being a gay guy by himself?
I've never had that.
Hey, Drew, clearly. Okay. Oz is on to something here. You got to be by yourself. Can you be by yourself? Can you be gay by yourself?
I
You touch your own dick? Do you masturbate?
that is gay.
It's kind of
That is gay.
Yeah.
man's hand on your penis.
Dude.
You know,
I'd like to point out, too,
Manhandle it?
there was a segment in that portion that
yeah,
when you're talking being comfortable being by yourself, there's a thing I liked where you're like, you give some examples of things you can do. And you're like have a picnic by yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Go-
next question.
Go to the movies by yourself
Or
and discuss politics by yourself.
How? This is my question. How does one discuss politics
Did
by
I really
themselves?
say?
Yeah.
Did I really say?
And if you do, I want to see, how do you discuss politics by yourself?
Well, you'd be like, well, this election was really, really terrible. You know, it looks like everyone went full fascist, fascist, and then this person went this.
But
But you're just talking to yourself to kind of bounce it off
Do
out.
you
Like,
do like a Smeagol Gollum thing where like half of you is like pro-Trump and the other half's like, come on.
no,
you're not doing that.
No,
You're
not
not
really. The devil's
You're
advocate.
not like build a wall, and then you're like, we should love the immigrants, and you're like,
yeah,
kick them out. No, but we love them. And
yeah.
that,
No, I've never thought about that. When it says like discuss politics by yourself, I just thought I think that was just a throwaway joke. But yeah, I mean, it's good to just kind of have a bouncing board sound out. But at the same time, if you do discuss politics with the current backdrop as it is, you might end up just bashing a hole in a wall.
okay, Quinn, do
So-
you talk politics by yourself?
a lot. Yeah, I think it is good for you to do that because I like usually, when Ellie's gone, I don't know, doing cheating on me or something. I don't know what she's doing. I'm just sitting at home. I turn off all the TVs, no screens. I've been like on social media too much. So
Sure.
instead of that, I'm just like, let's just discuss it amongst myself. And so yeah, I'll just start talking about like the deep state and like, I don't know, should we give amnesty to the Palestinians or should Israel have nukes? Since I start talking about that,
Yeah.
and then I'll get like Pizza Hut delivered and I just keep it going. But I've actually found that like I used to be pretty fucking depressed and anxious.
Yeah.
But when I started talking about like like the border and shit like that to myself and the migrant crisis, I don't know, kind of started to calm me down because it was like a lot of these anxieties were just sitting inside of me.
Sure.
And once I was
Because you're worried about getting robbed by Venezuelans.
exactly.
Venezuelans.
When I said it out loud, finally let it out. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
these Venezuelan gangs are gonna kill me. And once I actually accepted that, I could move on. But I had to.
Except that they're going to live in my apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna come
And
in
there's
here.
nothing I can do about it.
Exactly. So I had to accept that. And when they come in, offer them a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
for the pizza.
But have you had an empanada?
See, that's pretty good. That's why. Yeah. So that has
It's not all bad.
no.
Yeah.
So
Do you argue with yourself too?
yeah, all the time.
My wife says she's like, yeah, I always argue with myself, but I always win. So
There you
I'm
go.
Like, that's
There you
like,
go.
that's
I
great.
lose.
Well, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm curious, right? Because you're bisexual, so I'm curious if the straight side of you argues with the gay side of you.
Oh, for sure. All the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because the straight side of me is always like, I don't know, yelling about like I should be a construction worker.
Or
Mad at
or
Jared
football. No, you'd be like,
football,
you're
you
like,
know?
no, like that was a straight inning, yes, but wow, those tights look really good on that guy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of that. A lot of like, RuPaul. Talking about RuPaul, then also RuPaul should be in the NBA, and then like that kind of discussion. And Tucker Carlson really
RuPaul
speaks
in the
for men,
NBA.
and then also I'm like I should be inside of him, and it's just like,
Holy crap!
so it's a big debate all the time. So that's why I always say people who are bi, like they're never feel okay because like that's always this Smeagol Gollum
Seriously?
battle. Yeah, it's always going on, dude.
That's crazy.
Because I'll look over, I'll be like, man, you know what? I should buy a truck, and then I'll be like, trucks are gay. I can't do that. It's just all the time that kind of shit. So
I like that. Okay, so that's how you discuss politics by yourself.
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
I'm interested. Your wife's from Brazil,
Yep.
right? They
Yep.
don't eat cats, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
good to
There's no.
know.
She's no eating
not-
the cats
they're
or the
not-
dog. She's not
they're not-
Asian. She's not Asian.
No, they're not Haitians, right?
Right.
They're
Right.
what do
right.
Asians do?
8 dogs.
not- Haitians are
No,
eating the
no.
dogs. And
Well,
the
they
cats.
say Haitians were
Oh.
eating the cats and dogs, but Asians also eat dogs. Too.
Okay.
They have their
Sorry,
little.
I
They have
got
their little
confused.
festival once a year that they kill all these dogs
Yeah.
and then eat
Yeah.
them.
Are you terrified of Asians?
No.
Okay.
They're
Well, you said you didn't like Ali Wong, and so I was like,
no. I like. They're great. I almost. I made out. I mean, okay. I
made out
You
made.
made out with an Asian?
I made out with one once. Like I used to call them on my
Could you
mission. I
tell-
called them Asian flowers, but
Could you tell what gender they were?
Yeah, so it was a girl, man.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Yeah,
sometimes
course.
you can't tell.
But no, like with Asians, they're great. They have a different culture. Well, it depends on where it's from. They're not all the same, right? They're all different countries and everything. So I don't want to say like all categorized into one, right? So each
Yeah.
one, like Japan is like the Germany of
Would
Asia
you say dating Asian women's like a segue into pedophilia?
because they're so small.
Yeah. They're like so,
No, I don't think so. I
No?
wouldn't
Okay,
think so.
all right. I was just
Yeah, I
didn't
wouldn't
know
think so.
this.
because if that was the case, I think that you see a lot. I mean, I guess if you go to Thailand, I think that's dating a Thailand woman would be
Okay.
the segue, right? Because then you can get
Have
the
you been to
underage.
Thailand?
Happened to Thailand.
Yeah.
You
okay.
have?
Uh-huh.
Did you see any of those little underage prostitutes
little
or
boys.
or-
You're asking for. You're
No, not that. I'm
So-
saying like there's like apparently there's big prostitution over there. Underage prostitution's huge in Thailand.
Why do you know this?
You see these things in the news. You see people travel over there for tourist destinations.
Question.
And
I
stuff.
thought. Well, I always thought the whole Thailand thing was that there's just a lot of like transgender, like lady boy.
Yes,
stuff.
yes. There's. I've heard
never
about that
really
too.
Everyone's like, well, dude, everyone's going there because they're 12. Well, which could still be the thing. I don't
Right.
know because, but that's cool.
No, it's not cool. It's terrible.
What's the age of consent in Japan?
I have no idea.
Okay, good.
So far, Drew, your dad's really striking out right
I
now.
know. My dad knew that. So
Your dad did?
yeah,
What was he? Oh, what did he say it was?
He knew the answer immediately.
16 or
13.
something?
13.
Holy crap! Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jeez, there's a.
But I guess if you get nuked, he had a joke that was like, you can do that now.
Oh,
Different cultures.
You could do
different
that now.
cultures.
well, the trafficking's really bad over there too, right? You
In
get
Japan?
yeah, you get entrapped, and then a lot of these people end up like
Wow.
doing like a lot of these girls who get into Japan porn, they end up like getting entrapped to do it. It's pretty sad. Like I read an article about it, so it's like they're just
Washington Post.
I don't know if it was Washington Post. I don't remember, but
no, I was
yeah,
just watching Tim Pool.
Oh.
Deadpool.
Tim Pool.
Oh, Tim Pool.
You like Tim Pool?
I don't know who that is.
Anyways,
Okay.
we need to get back to this.
Okay.
this book.
Sorry.
Drew's book.
Getting us off track.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So here's one next thing. Rule 2, confidence.
Mhm.
Tell me more about tell me more about confidence in dating. Why is confidence important?
Well, it's like, for example, a girl wants to know that she and any kids that you give her will be protected under that, right? You basically have to like act like a big tall tree that protects against the storm. That's why they like tall guys, because a guy is kind of like a tall tree.
So if
Yeah.
a guy has zero charisma, how
Right.
can they still be confident?
I just want to make a quick correction right now that the current phrase you're supposed to say now
Is
is
Riz.
Riz.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So say it again.
yeah. So if
Well,
if
that's it's charisma.
if
If he has, yeah, but he has no riz.
No,
yeah.
if a young fella doesn't have the riz
Sure.
and he's not able to lay on the riz,
hmm
how else can he be confident?
Well, it's confidence comes from like knowing that you're great, you're a catch no matter what, right? So if you have
We know
where it
that's not
counts,
true, right?
what
Hey,
do you mean?
Drew? You shut the fuck up. dude.
Well, not everybody is a catch.
No, it's a catch to somebody. You're married.
Yeah, but dude,
You're not exactly a catch to the world.
Yeah, dude, but I wasn't.
She thinks so.
Yeah,
dude,
no, it's I mean,
I
there's
wasn't.
the right person for everyone.
I wasn't
Right.
what I am now when we met. I was
you were
yeah,
better.
dude. I was better.
You were
So
a
you
beefcake.
hoodwinked her.
Yeah, I tricked her. Yeah,
Yeah.
You were all buff, right?
I was in very good shape.
Ooh,
Yeah.
crazy man.
No, I was in great shape.
Wow.
And then I gained
Still the same mind though, right?
same mind, but I have a beautiful
So you-
mind.
Yeah.
But no, this question was kind of, it did tie back in. I was asking kind of on behalf of my former self because
Sure.
I had zero riz.
Yeah.
As
As,
they
as
say.
opposed to now.
Yeah. So what's a man to do?
What's a man to do? Well, the thing is, there's a difference between having charisma and also having self-confidence, right? Because if you can have like no charisma being able to go up and talk to a girl or generate a conversation at a gathering, but but you can also
Would you say it's a deadly combination if a man has high levels of self-confidence but zero charisma and is shamelessly approaching every woman
and he doesn't have any charisma whatsoever. Yeah, I think that will
That's a
come
deadly
across
combo?
pretty
Okay.
creepy. But you grow. You can easily grow.
How about this? Can we get like an example? Like we can like act something out.
Sure.
Because I feel like that would paint the picture better.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
I'll be the girl,
Okay.
and then
And then Drew's the
So-
guy.
no, you're the one teaching the
You're the
lesson.
maestro.
So you want me to be like you?
Did you say maestro?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
maestro?
The maestro.
Maestro?
Maestro.
Maestro.
I said teacher
Maestro?
instead. Maestro is the Spanish
Maestro.
word. In there.
Anyways, let's get this scene going.
Okay, so are you saying like what opening line I would use, or what? Or you
Well,
say
let's-
you
let's
want me
start-
to have
let's
no
start-
charisma but confidence?
No, let's just start with yeah, how about let's start with no riz.
no riz.
No riz, I'm the girl, you're walking up to me.
Mhm.
You know, you want to try to ask me on a date.
All right, so the best person I could think about that doesn't have a whole lot of riz is my esteemed colleague Drew over here. So
Good pick.
I'll approach like it's
Yeah.
true. Hi,
Hi.
you like the Seahawks?
Like a seagull?
Do you want to go out sometime?
Sorry. I think I need to go. Because I forgot I need to kill myself later, so I have to go.
Oh, dang, that's
All right,
that's a
and
tough
cut.
day.
Okay, that made me uncomfortable.
Okay,
And
to think
scene.
That's
That's
just what
how-
I did to women
that's how you and Amanda met.
from 2014 to
Okay, what was your opening line to Amanda?
I don't know.
Really? You didn't be like, "Hey, are you done using that weight set?" Like,
No, I was like, hey, do you want to get in the trunk of my car later? And
Recreate the first scene from Goodfellas.
I always wanted to be a gangster.
Mm-hmm. So let's do this again.
Yeah.
But now it's turn it up the riz, dude. Turn up the charisma.
Okay. What?
Jimmy Glasscock level.
No,
Jimmy.
no,
Hey,
dude.
what's up?
Fucking turn it up. Put Drew in his fucking place. He doesn't know what shit, dude.
So an easy opening line could be like, "Hey, are you single?"
Yeah.
Okay, great. I know a really, really great guy who'd love to take you out.
Really? Who?
Yeah. And you don't really say anything. You just kind of point to yourself, and then you kind of get to know her. So you're like,
Oh.
yeah. So it'd be yeah. So
And I'm gonna. Can I get on my knees and suck your dick right now?
well,
Drew, it's that
that's,
fucking, it's that fucking
that's-
easy, Drew.
That's hitting the gas a little too much.
no,
But
no.
I did actually get. I mean, that's how I got one girl's number from that. When I first met my wife, I just thought she was a Mexican foreign exchange student. So I'd be like, "Hola, cómo estás, señorita?" And she's like, "I don't speak Spanish." And I was like, "Cool. Well, how's the water?"
But you're brown.
Yeah, I didn't say that, but I just go, no.
should've,
I said, cool.
yeah.
How's the water? And then we just started talking, and she's like, it's good. And I said, where are you from? She's like, from Brazil. And then she showed me her legs. Oh, she showed me her flip flop with the Brazilian flag on it.
Oh.
All I saw was the legs. So I was
Boom.
like, oh,
And
smooth
then
tan,
you went-
sexy legs,
And then you
huh?
went Toto Bane.
I didn't know those words yet, but
Yeah.
if I did, I would have. Yeah.
Boom. And then yeah.
Do you know Portuguese?
I know 30%. 30%
30%?
Portuguese. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, I think we painted a good picture there. And
I didn't know like there's a word where you say like if you say someone's like gustosa, that means it's like delicious. But if you call a person that means you call them sexy and delicious. I didn't know that's inappropriate to say. So the first time I talked to my wife's dad, like I was like, Lily is gustosa. And then,
that's awesome. hey, talk about Riz.
That is.
That's some Riz right there.
Did he
Yeah.
suck your dick?
Yeah,
No,
imagine he just
no.
drops down on his knees and then you're in a real pickle.
He was in he was
Turned her whole
it was on the
family
phone.
gay.
He was in Brazil, but he was just like, wow, that's
And then
he
was
just
like,
called
"Toto
that.
Bane."
I was told later on that you're
Do they
not
speak
supposed to say
any
that.
English? Or-
Nope.
All right, so you don't have to interact with your in-laws.
That's
like,
right.
At all.
That's right. I mean, I'll try to talk in Portuguese a little bit here and there, right? Like her mom
Yeah.
can speak pretty loud. You could actually hear her mom from here. She's that loud.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, they don't really speak any English.
Okay, we need
Her
to
siblings are working
we
on
need
it.
to keep getting into this book. We have a lot-
You got it.
Yeah, we got more. So, okay, the next question I had. So you're talking about confidence, right?
Yes.
You said, let me read a quote here. You said, you're talking about eye contact and confidence. And
Mhm.
you said, when you walk into a room and you see an attractive girl and you catch her eyes, try to see if you can hold onto it until she looks away first.
Yeah.
Has that worked?
Yeah. So it's a game of chicken, in all honesty, right? Because you're looking at each other, and if you look away, that means you just lost the game of dominance where she's up here and you're down here. And she's like, he doesn't have the confidence to look me in the eye.
She's been like, what the fuck's wrong with this? This guy's retarded. He won't stop looking.
No, you stare at her. This
Drew just keeps saying this shit because he's never been able to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well,
he's never been able to stare at anyone. You know, like he's just talking like, well, this would never work because I can't look at anyone in the eyes. You know, like, no, dude, this fucking works. Okay, I fucking stared down my bishop once and he kissed me.
Dude, did he get excommunicated?
No, dude.
No, you didn't tell
stared
him.
down the bishop. Wow.
No, dude. I'll walk. I love doing that. I think it's such a great move.
Sure.
It lets you know you care.
Yeah.
Lets you know I'm here.
Right.
You know, and then I like when they look away and then look back. And
Yes.
I'm still looking, and I'm like, still here.
So I'm not saying this, but what would your response be to a woman who says that might come off as creepy?
So yeah, I mean, if they say it comes off as creepy, you're just like, no, I was just thought we made a connection, and forgive me if that came across creepy. I will now look at this person over here. I like how you're looking me straight at the eye.
He's trying right now.
Yeah.
He's
I see
trying.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now he's trying. But no, it always fucking works because if I did that to a girl and she's like, it's kind of weird. I was like, oh, sorry, I was meant to look at your tits. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then like you just and then
Hey, at least I wasn't looking down.
Breaks the ice right there.
Yes.
That's how I met my wife.
Oh yeah, that's how you really.
Yeah, dude. We were at swim practice, and I was like, just staring her down, and then just said that. I was like, I was actually just trying to look at your tits. Sorry, I didn't mean to look at your eyes. And then
That's hilarious.
That's how we met.
That's great. Ellie's great. She's fun.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to say to that, but that's a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful story.
Eye contact works.
Okay.
Well, the thing is like if you're looking at someone in the eye, right? If you're looking straight in the eye, it makes it feel like, oh, that person, gets me. But if you look away, if you dart your eyes away, then it's like that person doesn't have confidence in who they are. That's the challenge, right? So it's just like when you're looking, it's easy so many people don't want to look people in the eye. And that's always hard too, because a sign that you want to kiss somebody is you look down at their lips when they're talking to you.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, it's hard to, you play that mental game of like, okay, I'm looking at the eye, wait, why am I looking at their lips? And then you kind of freak yourself out and you're like, this is a dude. Let me go back up to the eyes. Anyways, but yeah, you're supposed to look at a person in the eyes.
Often?
No, not anymore. No, I'm kidding. No, it doesn't happen.
Oh, did you do therapy? Where,
No,
shock
no, just
therapy?
the part where you keep on looking down at the lips when somebody's talking, and you're like, you just play. It's like kind of like this mental weird thing that you're like, why am I looking down?
I don't want to kiss them. Stupid. No. Why would I want that? No. Here's a tip. Instead of that, you just look at their teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it just changes your
Yeah.
your
I see.
perception.
I see.
Splitting the lips.
No, because you're
Going
looking
right
at
in the middle.
looking straight at the teeth, and
I
then
like
you just
that.
start thinking about like their enamel and like
Sure.
dental programs and
So
shit.
you're like, man, they
Yeah,
brush their
that's-
teeth, or they
and-
brush their teeth really
and so it
well.
gets you out of the fuck mode and
I don't have that. It's more like just like why am I looking at the lips? Let me look back into the eyes, But yeah, I've worked on just the eye contact is such a huge thing to match that, to have that confidence, right? So I mean, and then ladies, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Actually, leave a comment if I'm wrong, but a guy who can match and keep eye contact, that's
There we go.
That's a little Riz right
And
there.
like what I like to do too is I maintain eye contact while I'm making out. 'Cause I won't close my eyes.
That's actually, I agree with
No,
that.
because
That's a
I'll
power
keep
move.
it up, because
Yeah.
that's also a moment too where they're gonna think like
we can close our
they
eyes
think
now.
like, oh, now he's getting what he wants. Now I have the power because I'm kissing him.
Right.
Not this time.
No, I'm going to stare her
that's
down.
how they know that you're not this like any other guy. Back to the uniqueness,
Sure.
Rise above,
Yeah, that's true.
Like, am I making out
a sub above.
Bundy?
Yeah,
Or,
But now my eyes are open, so I can't do that. That's
exactly.
hilarious.
Wake up, Infowars. So what's the next thing we want to talk about?
yeah. So, the next thing was asserting your manliness.
Okay.
Right.
What did I say here?
So you said that is a key part of confidence for men. How does one effectively assert their manliness
Oh,
when
okay.
approaching a woman? And how do you do it if you're among other men?
And among
Have you
other
ever been in
men.
that situation where
Yeah.
you and maybe another guy, you guys are both into the same girl, and so
Oh,
it's kind of a riz off at
A
that
riz
point.
off.
Yeah, you got to see who can assert their masculinity over the other one.
It's true.
And
There's going to be
how do you do
dominance.
that?
How do you do that? Well, I mean, the whole thing is like it's how you stand, how you talk, how you carry yourself, right? For example, if you stand up straight with your shoulders back, feet 12 inches apart, and then you talk slow, then that helps kind of come across more like it helps with the confidence, but also comes across as more manly, but also take a lot of space, take up a lot of
Oh,
space.
so like I should be
Man spreading.
Well,
Like
kind
this?
of, yeah. The
Yeah?
more space,
Oh,
the more
yeah.
space you take up. Because if you
That's
like,
mine. That's
if I sit
mine.
like this, you know, like I take up a little space and this, it looks really girly, right?
And if you're like on a bus and a chick
girls-
comes on and she's like, "Hey, could you like pull your legs closer so I could sit there?" And then you're like, "Hey, fuck off."
No, you go.
I just say sit on my legs.
You
No,
go.
okay.
You go. I wish I could. I'm sorry, but no, I like that though. I always take up as much space as I can.
yeah,
Really, my mindset with like manliness is like I'm just like be a problem.
yeah.
Like that's
Be a
kind
problem.
because that's kind of part of this alpha shit.
Sure.
You know, it's like let them deal with me. I don't have to deal with them.
Oh,
Let them
I see what you're
Part
saying.
the waters for me.
Part
Okay,
the waters
is that-
for you.
Is that
You
kinda
know?
what you're getting at?
I'm a fucking lifted
Well,
truck. I'm a
it's-
fucking lifted truck with my brights on.
These guys are just Priuses.
Exactly.
Truck.
I'm beaming straight into their rear
Guys are
mirror.
picking up what I'm throwing up. No, you don't want to be a douche just to be manly, just to show that you're a man. But you know, you get the point. It's just like
Show quick.
take a little bit of space. But if the girl needs to, you can move your leg a little bit, but then put your leg back when she's done. Like, but you're still, you know, you're still there. Like, yes, I have space because I have a big beep, and so I need to really whoop, and there's a sound effect.
What
for
if-
you.
There we go.
What if you
Yeah.
don't have a big.
Well,
What you
then
do
you got to
then?
act
What do
like
you do
you. Then you
then?
got to make a lot of money.
But isn't that kind of deceptive?
You got to make a lot of money.
Okay.
Okay, make money. What if you don't?
How
make
much money? Yeah,
and
yeah,
you have
yeah.
A small piece.
Then you got to drive a big truck. No, I don't know. You gotta if you don't
Is it-
if you have a small piece
Odds are
and you don't make a lot of money, you gotta really have tons and
Well,
tons
isn't
of
that the great
personality.
thing about being Mormon, though, it's like if you just wait till marriage, and she's like, "Oh," and then you're like, "Oh, this is the biggest they come." Like, she's not gonna know, right?
Well,
Unless she's a
possibly
whore.
also invest in a lot of toys and a lot of extra help in the bedroom for that if you have that problem. I would
There
think.
we go.
Right, because you're like, all right, listen, I'm gonna try to bring it with my little bishop, and then I'm gonna bring this
I'll-
rook and this knight and this G Max 5000, and we're gonna all bring it in.
When you come, you say checkmate. I might have this issue, Oz. What toys would you recommend?
Well, I mean, you easily get the little massager, also known as the vibrator,
Perfect.
but the massager,
Okay.
that's the top first one. That's really, really key to help out.
Okay.
And then there's other ones too. There's like I don't know, I don't have all the names memorized,
I like the
but
shapes. you know?
little rabbits, little other things like that to kind of get one area while you get the other area, and then you're assisting as best you can with your equipment, with whatever equipment God gave you.
Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll remember that.
All right, and here's one line from the book when you said asserting your manliness.
Sure.
You said one way to do it is to say in your head over and over again, "I am man, hear me roar." And I was
really
thinking,
say that?
yeah, and I was thinking we could do that as an exercise as a group. We could say it out loud.
Sure.
together. Let's just say it 3 times, okay?
Okay.
I am
We're going to row.
Okay.
I am man, hear me roar.
I am man, hear me roar.
I am man. Hear me roar.
Whoa. Also, I thought you said Iron Man.
That was
Wow.
that was
Is
that
that
was
better?
like a Broadway play rendition. I am man, hear me roar.
Yeah.
Like-
I made it better, right?
Yeah, that's like from the musical Rent.
Yeah. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
What
Well,
is-
not all the way
what
through,
happens
but
in it?
just the best part of the main song, the 5,000.
520
Yeah,
million seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking minute.
have you talked on the podcast how you know everything about all the Academy Award winning Best Picture movies?
Yes.
We do it every
We-
time.
yeah,
Okay,
It's a
cool.
running
We had
segment.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've already.
our episode with Aaron Woodall went for almost 2 hours because of that.
Really?
No, it's a big segment. It's like the guests, the fans, they're always like asking us to do it. So
Oh, that's
we've done it
awesome.
a lot because they want me to quiz everyone,
Right.
But so
Well, here's
we've
the thing.
done it.
The reason why I bring this part up, where I put this part up, is
Picture
because
2008.
7 awesome.
what was that?
Nice.
That he sounded
Some
like
Dog Millionaire. Sorry.
Oh, someone
I was trying to speak Hindi.
That was the
I
Hindi.
knew what he was saying.
That was the Hindi word for it.
Yeah.
Than drinking this swig of the beer. No, the reason why I brought this up in the book is because there's a part where you're out with people. Like, you ever been out with a girl and you can tell she just thinks you're an idiot or she thinks you're dumb, and you have to kind of reaffirm that you're great, you're this. You kind of have to force that so you come across that way. Like,
Okay.
for the longest time, I had a huge dip in my chest, like a massive cereal bowl, and it was so intimidating. And we do a company swim party, and I'm out there with my super dip in my chest, and I'm all
Still have a
embarrassed.
dip in your-
Not as
Is that a
bad.
medical condition.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it was because I got a surgery to get it fixed. But so during that time, I would try to come across confident by just saying over and over again, like, I'm hot, I'm sexy, I'm attractive, like, or just like affirmations like that while I'm walking around with this massive embarrassment.
Did you ever try like eating cereal out of it?
Everyone asked that.
Okay.
No.
No,
I
Drew.
didn't know
Hey,
that
Drew. Hey,
was-
Drew. Why don't
I
you?
didn't know that was hacky.
Drew, why
to
don't you be
ask.
fucking original?
I mean, the advantage, like when I would hug my wife or other
You ever, like,
ladies of bust, it would fit right in like a little groove.
So
But other
actually,
than
it
that-
actually would work back in your favor
In some ways.
As far as like confidence wise, because then you could assert your dominance again and be like, it's only that much. You don't even fill out my chest. You know, like, it's a great way to take the power.
I wouldn't neg
Oh,
the
yeah.
girls, right? But I wouldn't do that. But
Oh, I would.
yeah.
It's like if I'm
Well,
if
'cause
I'm
you don't want her
self-conscious,
to think that she's like, if she knows she's hot, then she might think
Right.
she can get other options.
because like you should
And
get,
so you don't want her confidence to get so high. Like, it's good to like, I think it's good sometimes to just be like, hey, were your eyes that far apart yesterday?
Oh, jeez.
And
No.
no, dude, it's like the real thing. Like, you should be like, oh, I can barely feel your dick in me. Like, I can barely feel your tits against my chest.
Jeez,
You know, it's like
Louise.
that kind of thing. Like,
I wouldn't do
wait.
that. I'm too nice.
You
But
don't think so?
no. But the hard
Okay.
thing is, like, you'd be out. I was out with I went to go
So
see
you
a
guys
movie
stray.
with the girl one time, and
Uh-huh.
like she was like trying to fall asleep on my chest, and I've done this on stage where it's like, and her head actually fell in, and she like got up. She's like, "Where the hell does your chest go?" And at that point, I was like, "Man, I wish I was fat. Like, I wish I just had a nice big
Well,
Fair
you could get
tits.
fat.
yeah." What?
You could get fat.
Well, not. Oh,
Have you
now
ever
I
thought of
can.
that?
Now I can. Back then I couldn't because I think the dip in the chest. In all honesty, like, I think that because it was pressing on my heart, it made my metabolism super fast. So no matter how much I ate, nothing stuck.
That's gotta be nice though.
Well-
You eat whatever you want.
Well, you'd think that, but then you can't go swimming, without feeling like
Yeah,
people
but
see you as a.
Then you don't have to be like one of those. You see, go to the pool. You
No,
see a fat
sorry.
dude wearing a t-shirt. At the
Concentration
Pool. You don't have to do that, right?
Oz, he's just talking about himself right now.
Yeah.
He just all this is about him right now. Let's move
Yeah.
on. We talked about manliness.
Sure.
I am man, hear me roar.
Yep.
I like to say as well, the first time I ever heard that phrase was in this like, what's that, Air Bud? They made like a version with puppies.
Really?
And then-
Oh, Air Buddies.
Yeah, our buddies. And
Yeah.
there's a line in it where the puppy goes, "I am puppy, hear me roar." And I heard that as a kid. So that helped me a lot.
Oh, that's awesome. I never
Yeah.
saw that movie.
So let's continue through this novel.
Yeah. All right. So then, Rule 4, Section 5
Okay.
was kissing.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to say, really, it's kissing.
Kiss.
How do
Okay.
how are we kissing?
Okay. Yeah. If you're gonna, what's the general rule? And if you're courting a woman,
Sure.
when should you even be thinking about kissing her?
First night.
And
First
first,
night. Okay.
and I always like to preface this by saying I've only seen Hitch 28 times.
Yes. And in my book, I've talked about how I've seen Hitch like 50 times when I was doing this study.
Do you think Hitch is a good guide for dating?
It honestly, like, it's up to you, but it really helped me because no woman does wake up saying, "Gosh, I hope I don't get such on my feet today." And so there's that thing where she might say, "Now's a really bad time for me," or "I'm really into my career right now," or "I just need some space." Like that, I could do actually
You're
the whole.
quoting the movie
Yes,
verbatim.
exactly. I could do the whole intro like word for word.
Can we do? Yeah,
But-
let's do the intro really fast.
Well, okay. Where do you want me to get? Just the very
Preface
first.
right now, we're doing the intro of the film Hitch, starring America's.
All I care about history. All I care about biology. Basic principles. No woman wakes up saying, "Gosh, I hope I don't get swept off my feet today." Now she might say, "Now's a really bad time for me," or "I'm really into my career right now," or "I just need some space." Believe that? Neither did she. You know why? Because she's lying to you. Understand me? Lying. She just needs some space, and it's not really a bad time for her. And she may be into her career right now, but what she's really trying to say is get away from me now, or quite possibly try harder, stupid. But which one is it? Another one knows. 60% of all communication is nonverbal. Body language, 30% is your tone. So that means 90% of what you're saying ain't coming out of your mouth. There you go.
Dude, that's phenomenal. That's the best thing that's
incredible.
ever happened in the lore of Let's Get Fired.
That's amazing.
Up there with you confessing to killing John Bonet.
No, that's better because, dude, that right there, you can do that's the first date thing you can do.
Right.
You just quote that to them on the
If you're
first
white
date.
Oh,
dudes,
no.
You have just a.
Yeah.
How many dudes can do that?
I don't know anyone.
Well,
No one.
I mean, yeah. It was like, here's the thing. Like, socially, I was very clueless in many ways, right? Like, I didn't, like, there's things that I grew up, people were like, they knew what to say, they didn't know what to say. Everyone had a rule book. I didn't. I had no idea. It's like, oh, you don't say that? Like, you don't come on this strongly. You're not supposed to compliment a girl more than like 10 times in one sitting. Like, so I had to learn manually, step by step, what works, what doesn't work, this and this. So that's where like, that's where I got a lot of, and then Hitch was very, very helpful because it was like, oh, and that's the thing is like you try a little bit and you work on it, but also you make sure you give the girl plenty of space. And if she's not interested, you move on. You don't sit there and pine after her, stare at her at word prayer with a creepy look the whole time.
Try not to.
Yeah.
Try not to. Sometimes you can't help it.
I actually gave these tips to a guy in my old singles ward, and he would like, because these girls in the ward was like, he just stared. Like I said no to him asking me out, and he just stared at me the whole time at word prayer, like straight up stared.
Uh-huh.
And then
Eye contact.
I started, yes, too much eye contact. There is such thing as too much. And later on, I gave him some tips and for free, like pro bono. And then later on, I got a note from the girls, like they would do all these little thank you notes. They said, "Thank you so much for helping Matt. He's so less creepy." I was like, all right, so not all heroes wear capes.
Dude, now you're starting to switch into Hancock. Dude, that's amazing. So you're out there. Just
Well, the goal is to help
helping
help those people who are clueless, right? Not everyone who has game. Like you've been at so many raves, you know how to talk to women and men, and you know how to talk to, like, well, you have your lady, but you're like so chill that you're like, I don't talk to other girls. I don't even think about other girls because I got my wife.
Here's a question: does the book still apply to a man who's trying to lay the riz on another man?
I don't know. I've never experimented. I know like the science with girls.
Yeah.
With guys, it might be different.
Maybe you should do research and write the book.
I'm okay.
Drew, you understand this fucking girls, dude. Maybe you need to fucking understand this. Okay.
I didn't know if the book is universal.
Well, the book.
Drew, how can he hasn't tried it out on guys?
No, that's the thing. Because guys,
the focus research is on girls.
Right. Well, it's like again.
Who's a guy you'd want to test it out on?
Oh, I don't have any guy I'd want to test it on. But my point is that it depends on the science of like. There's a science of how girls look at life, and then how guys look at life, and how different it is, and that's what the whole thing is about, to help us understand why they are a certain way. Also to demystify that they're these like Mount Everest creatures, Mount Olympus creatures that are unknowable. Like, no, this is how girls work. This is how if you want a chance to climb Mount Olympus, here's some things that you got to keep in mind.
Hey, Drew, blaze it out pretty simply. Let's get to the next fucking
all right,
question.
the next one, it still pertains to kissing. And so you said this in the book. So you're going in for the kiss, and you say, if she pulls away, then you misread the situation, and you can recover by joking, saying, "Sorry, I was just trying to smell your hair," or something to that effect. It will be obvious but smooth.
Yeah.
Right.
You got. I mean, I've never actually had that happen. Have gone in. I only got to pull away. I've always got to.
Always read the situation.
Well, most times, yeah, because it's like it's right there. But I've only got the pull away maybe just a small handful of times. I feel, anyways. But yeah, for the most part, I've just heard that like, hey, that's a trick. If she pulls away, just go for the hair. I've never actually had to use it.
Oh.
But it can't help.
Yeah, that's right. That's right,
You
Drew.
did get a pull away.
I've got to pull away after I already established lip contact, and then she was like, "Okay, we're good for now." Like she's like, "You're done," and then it was like, because she's like, "No, let's." I don't know. I guess she didn't want to go further, but that's fine. It was like, all right, no problem. let's play a
Alright,
game
let's
where I
let's
go
get-
home and you go
Let's
to your
get
apartment.
Consent,
Yes.
and that's good. How important is consent?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You don't gonna be like where she says no and you're like, you just don't know what you're missing. No, that's creepy as heck.
What if sometimes like you don't take care of yourself, you don't shower, you don't have charisma? Sometimes should you bend the rules on consent a little bit to try to
Make up for that?
Yeah.
No, because then you're in serial killer territory.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, Drew, you got to figure out. Oh, he's getting a phone call on his watch.
That's Trevor.
Well, Drew. Anyways, so outside of Drew asking you if rape's okay, you know, we
don't take care of that doesn't have anything to do with this. Like, so you don't take care of yourself.
just trying
to
to-
make up for it, you can force things. I'm like, that doesn't add up. The math add up.
I'm just
once again,
trying to
Drew.
find out.
These just feel like a lot of you questions right now.
they kind of are.
feel a lot of you.
Yeah.
A lot of you is just eeping out of this, and that's
Right.
I mean, hey, you know,
Yeah,
happened?
and there's a little bit. All right, and I guess the last thing here. The
Sure.
end of the book, you said, just be 15% of yourself.
For at first, yeah.
But earlier you said be yourself.
Okay.
So I feel like it was kind of contradicting itself throughout the book.
Okay.
What do you mean by being 15% of yourself? And wouldn't you say that's kind of deceptive?
No, it's because we all are bat crap crazy in our own way, right? Like we're all like super weird, super crazy. And if you go and expose that, it's like you go into a first date and you just whip out your
So, like-
yourself. Yeah, your
Yes.
ding, your
So,
ring-a-ling, like, and then the girl's gonna be like,
Wait,
oh
what was
my
that-
gosh,
what was
and
that
she's gonna
sound
get out of
Okay, I
there.
like that.
And then she's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh!" And then people are gonna, the baby's gonna be crying in the corner. So
or
no,
worse, they start laughing.
Let's
like-
say you're like unemployed.
Yeah.
You live in your grandma's basement.
Once
Sure.
again,
You're
he's
not
going
doing anything.
he's going for the rape angle.
Well, no, I'm not going quite there. But
let's
like,
not force it.
should you omit that information? Should you not be yourself?
I mean, if you want to die a virgin, you can. Sure, if you want to die alone, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Be fully open and honest. But or you can try the George Costanza thing in the episode, the opposite, and see if that works. But in all honesty, it's good to kind of be a little bit like let her see a little bit of you. It's kind of like if you were. I don't know why
I know exactly where you're going with this, Drew. We'll just put it in stand-up terms, okay?
Okay.
Dude, when you're at first date, it's like a crowd work clip on TikTok. You know, you're not letting them see your material yet. They gotta keep.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they gotta
keep-
want to see you. They want to buy
You
a
want them to
ticket,
follow.
come out, come to
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
2-drink minimum. You know, they can't. You're not gonna burn your material, dude. The living in the basement thing, that's your material. That's part of who you are. You can't open with that. That's a closer.
Yeah, that's closer.
That's a closer.
So let's say you are like a burnout who lives in your mom's basement.
Sure.
And you're not employed and you don't shower. What's a good crowd work clip to put out there? Hypothetical, we're putting it in stand-up terms, but in the dating,
Sure.
what can you do as crowd work to riz them over so then they end up subscribing to your grandma's basement?
Just going up and just starting a conversation and trying to act genuinely interested in what they have to say without coming across bored or creepy. So if you, I think of,
this really does feed into crowd work.
I am
It's all,
thinking
it's
of,
all the same shit.
I'm thinking of one comic that like could easily come across like that. But I would, if I was that comic, I would say like, you know, I would try to say, you know, I want to get to know you. I think you're great. I just want to get to know, or sorry, I think you look really pretty. I'd love to get to know you better a little bit and see if our personalities would work well. Can we do a coffee date? Something really non-threatening. The whole thing is like, you want to come across as non-threatening as possible. Girls are in a danger where they are everywhere they go. They're basically like they're in danger or they feel like they could be in danger. And so the whole point is you want to make sure they feel safe. Right. And so if you're the creepy guy, if you're the guy who lives in his mom's basement, who's unemployed, who doesn't have a whole lot going for him, and you want to go up and talk to the lady, the least you could do is just at least make her feel safe.
Isn't it a little patronizing thinking that women are always terrified though?
Well, I think
I don't know, Drew.
I don't think so.
I think this is once again, this is kind of Drew speaking from experience. I think maybe all the girls felt this way around you. You know, they're terrified. You know, so but some girls, yeah, they don't. Some girls have more confidence.
Sure.
Just have more fun.
Well, that's what
you
I
know?
was saying. Just assuming that they're
But they have to
terrified. 'Cause
be-
he said-
they
he
have to
said
be on
they're
guard.
Default terrified.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like maybe it's not terrified, but they're all like because their constitution is much weaker, they can easily be overpowered, or they can tend to be overpowered by much more masculine men. It's they everywhere they look can be a possible thing. They can't smile at somebody, wouldn't show their teeth without thinking like, oh no, the guy's because the guy will think, oh he's in love, like she's in love with me, and so a lot of girls learn early on, especially pretty ones, to not smile. To not look at them in the eyes or smiles. That's why that's why guys like, hey, smile more. And girls hate that because they learned early on if they do, the guys get the wrong idea. And so they kind of have to go out there and make sure they don't advertise that this, or if they're like walking in a dangerous area, they'll try to wear much more baggier clothes to not come across attractive, to not show like a dangling because a lot of guys are like that little tiger that's looking for that juicy piece of meat hanging down. And if girls are flaunting it, then the guys are going to come after them. Right. Like, and because I'm not saying it's on the girls' fault. It's like how us guys can easily turn into that. Right. And so I'm just saying they get a tough time.
No, dude, they say it's called "What Were You Wearing?" for a reason. That's why they say
See,
that.
I don't like that. Honestly, it's not
No,
fair.
that's why they say that. You know?
I don't think that's fair because they should be able to wear
Dude,
whatever they
after-
want, right?
The
But
moment,
Dude, I feel you.
no.
dude, the
They
moment,
don't want to wear anything. Like,
the moment Kamala lost the election, my first response was, "What was she?" You know, like it's just how it is.
right, right.
So, I think what we've learned.
And his tie can be really long just to compensate. His tie
Exactly.
can be
You
really
gotta have a
big
droop.
and long.
You need to have a droop.
Overcompensate.
Yeah, it's another good tip.
Right.
Yeah, man. Drew, do you have any more thoughts about this? Any
I think
final
those
questions?
were all my notes on the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we've been blessed.
Honestly, I've learned a lot, and I'm really excited to share this. Because I feel like there's a lot of dudes that need to hear this, and also one of the biggest takeaways I have from tonight is that it's just a miracle that Drew's married, at all, and so it's like if Drew, and for all the people out there, all the guys out there who are struggling, just want to do it the Oz thing. Anyone struggling right now, he made it happen. So
I made it happen too. That's
Oz made it
we all
happen.
three made it happen by some miracle.
you know, and so it can work out for anyone. So
Yeah.
just remember
Give you hope.
the main things I want everyone to walk away from this remembering: never break eye contact. Iron Man, hear me roar. You can say that one out loud too, like just in case they're starting to feel like they're getting the dominance
Yeah.
back. Reiterate that.
Jamie, if you're listening, you'd be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm a man. Hear me
It's not
roar.
even his real voice.
Let me put on some Old Spice."
That's a fucking. That's not even his real voice, dude. He puts on the deep voice.
Really?
Yeah, of course, dude.
When you walk away?
You know the real Jimmy.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like
He's like,
but
my
also-
voice isn't really that deep, guys. It's really not.
But above all, dude, like be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, be yourself, but also hide it.
I would say, it should be 20% of yourself. As you get to know the girl, be 20% of yourself. The more that you're with her, you can let a little more out. Eventually, like farting can happen. What that's like, maybe stage 60% of yourself, right? Similar to like when your baby is first born, you maybe not going to love it all at once, but each day it's alive, you let yourself love it a little more. As long as it doesn't die soon, like you kind of let the full thing. But it takes time to get there.
Yeah.
That sounds really dark. I didn't mean it to sound that, but
When I
No, you're
started
both-
dating Amanda, I think for the first like 3 months, I was like, she asked if I fart, and I was like, I haven't. And you should see the doctor. And
No, I mean, I think that's it's a great way to view it because, like, you know, I'm terrified of having a kid because, you know, it just like it seems scary, but it makes me feel a little less easy. It makes it seem a little easier knowing that like I can just be a little more chill and be like, I don't know if I love you yet. We're just gonna hang out for a
take
second.
your time, get to know
Take
each
my
other
time.
first.
You
Yeah.
could die. Let's just take our time
Get the
with
sudden
this.
infant death syndrome.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's kind of actually, honestly, like that's how, and I've talked about this on stage like years ago, but that's how it was when my daughter was first born. Like I didn't know if something was going to happen. So I was like, all right, it was great. But I'm just was waiting for the shoe to fall, like the shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Or the baby to drop. And then thankfully that didn't happen. And each day I was like, okay, a little more. By finally it was like 6 months in, I was like, I freaking love this kid. And I just, get it all. But I was always scared because you hear terrible things happen. And I was like, I would have been destroyed if I just opened the floodgates right away. But that's just for me. That's just me. Everyone's different.
We're all different, okay? We're all different. Be yourself. Hide it.
No,
as
don't.
well.
I didn't fully-
But just remember, like, you know,
yeah.
like anyone out there struggling, you can find Oz on Instagram at where?
Oz Morris Comedy.
Osmore's comedy.
Oz Morris Comedy.
Perfect.
And do you have any links to your YouTube channel?
I don't really put a lot on there right now, but it'll be same thing. YouTube.com/Oz Morris Comedy
Perfect.
for sure.
Yeah, we're
gotta
looking
put more.
forward to the videos.
We got when are you going to publish this?
I don't know.
This episode,
Yeah.
this will be out next week.
Oh, never mind that. Because I was like, there's a show on Saturday. I'm going to be in it. 5 minutes.
Oh.
Up top is filming a special for Trevor Tharp. But never mind then. But
It's all
I'll
good.
keep in touch. Keep on there for announcements for upcoming shows. I put these guys on the shows down in my little space that I got from the socials. So keep an eye out there, guys. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well,
Coming out.
Excellent.
Thank you guys. And
Goodbye.
farewell.